Hello. Thank you for taking the time to be here with me today. I do appreciate it. It is I, Little Ross. And today we're going to be showing you how to paint an iconic picture. First, you need to get your masking tape, and I hope you are ready for this. And please make sure that with your expert artist's eye, you make it straight. But also, if it's a little wonky, then you're just adding a unique perspective. Who doesn't love something a little wonky, you know? Uh-oh, I'm out of masking tape. That's not the most ideal, but we can make it work. And if you don't have masking tape, you can make it work too. We're gonna be making a winter scene, as it is winter in my part of the world. Let's get these colors ready. You're gonna need a blue, a Prussian blue, a midnight black. I'm just looking at my notes here. A dark sienna, Van Dyke brown. Don't know what darks. I know what dark sienna is, but can anyone in the class let us know what dark sienna might be? We need a crimson, and before we begin, we need to cover the entire canvas with a very thin coat of liquid white. Just a thin coat, Jack. This is a really large canvas. I suggest that maybe you have a smaller canvas. And so, now that we've put a very thin layer of white all over the entire canvas, let's have some fun today. Let's start with a little bit of the midnight black. Just a small amount. Though, if you have brushes like me, it might be a large amount. And you know, mix it with your Prussian blue. Now, it's okay if you also forgot, but we do need some water. We need to grab a little bit of black and a little bit of Prussian blue. See that beauty there? And we'll start right at the top, making our normal little crisscross X's, strokes. And it'll look a little splotchy. There'll be spots that are lighter than other spots, and that's okay. If you want a spot a little lighter, you want a spot a little lighter than it is, or maybe you want a little bit more blue, that's okay. Just grab a bit more blue, add it to your pile. A little bit more black to even that out. And continue your crisscrosses. We're painting a nice outdoor scene through the window. And if you feel like you maybe don't have enough paint on the canvas, that's okay. You just keep putting more on with your 2-inch your 2-inch brush that you definitely have handy at home for you to use. The night sky isn't all black anyway. If you want to lighten any of this up, feel free to rinse your brush. Give it a nice little wiggle in your water. And slap the devil out of it. I'm content with what I've created thus far, so we'll get some black Prussian blue and mix that with a bit of white. That same old color that we were using works pretty great. Tiny bit of black. I've made a big mistake here, but that's okay. I want my flavor to be a little bit lighter than that. So we're gonna add a bit more white. Let's load up this brush, and we're going to make a tree. Because I have made millions of trees at this point, and I know all of the steps. By the time of season 30, episode 7, it makes sense that I would know all of the steps to making a tree. This time we're gonna push up instead of down, like we have done sometimes in the past. And that's our first happy little tree. So we've got some trees. I don't have the exact same style as my long lost relative Bob, but you will get a stylized version of little Ross here today. If you want, you can go in and add a couple of leafless branch. It helps to go. Now that we've added our background trees, see how much they are in the background? We'll be adding some snow in the foreground. Now this tree is in the foreground, and it very much is distinguishable from the background. Our golden rule: thin paint will stick to a thick paint. And I have several different types of paint here for me to use at my disposal. And so let's make sure to put a little bit of snow along this tree, because snow is resting on the tree. Honestly, the best way to do this is to place your paintbrush down and drag it through the other paint. No stipples, just drag. And then you can have a gorgeous painting like me. So now we're gonna add some bushes. Now it is okay if your painting doesn't look exactly like mine. This is a very stylized version of an iconic Bob Ross painting. A sprinkle of snow. We're supposed to make according to, in the original painting, we make another dimension in front of these bushes and trees. But we will not be doing that. We will not be making another dimension. We're content with our dimensions here. And now we'll finish this painting off. Just a little guy there. And here is the big reveal. It actually looks way better with the paint off. And now, if you would like another lesson, here are some samples of my other work. Isn't this entirely? Again, the little Ross. It isn't gonna look like what maybe you would expect, but this is the little Ross way. It'll only be $2,500 for me to teach you how to make that. If you follow all of my instructions, it'll look just like that. And I'd like to see all of your, how much for the originals? I followed the same methodology, the same amount of time. But if you truly want this piece when it is dried, I would sell it for $150. Plus shipping and handling.